to work out how to pause rather than make a new video. Anyway, so I've just read Proverbs 10, and what stands out to me, it's quite a long one, but what stands out to me, there's a few verses. Verse 12 is hatred stirs up conflicts, but love covers all offences. So I love that. It's just like showing how powerful love is. And it also speaks a lot, and again, loads of the Proverbs do this, about how important what you let in your heart and what comes out of your mouth are so important. And so verse 11 says, the mouth of the righteous is a fountain of life. And then in 19, the second half of 19 says, but the one who controls his lips is prudent. The fear of the Lord prolongs life, verse 27. So that's again speaking about this fear, holding God in awe. And then 29 says, the way of the Lord is a stronghold for the honourable, but destruction awaits the malicious. Next one, the righteous will never be shaken. And then 31, the mouth of the righteous produces wisdom. So again, this is all what's coming out of your mouth. The lips of the righteous know what is appropriate. So that is really good. One that is quite hilarious is verse 26, which says, like vinegar to the teeth and smoke to the eyes, so the slacker is to the one who sends him on an errand. I love that. Anyway, so that's Proverbs 10. So I just wanted to show you that that's like a really simple thing to do. And as I say, we spoke about that at our church, and it's something that lots of us do already. And yeah, I just decided to start this blog, this video blog, because I'm a stay-at-home mum at the moment, got 3 kids, and I'm actually 42. It's really weird saying that, because in my head I feel like I'm about 25. But anyway, no, I'm 42. So, and I've done different things, but at the moment I'm being mother, and that's absolutely fine. But I just kind of thought, what can I do that might make an impact, that, even if it actually helps only one person, then it's worth it. Like if it encourages someone in their faith, or, helps someone to start thinking about it, then it's worth it. So I just thought, right, what have I got on my hand? Which is what our, lead pastor Bobby always speaks about. What have you got in your hand? Just use what you've got. So I thought, well, I can speak. I've got a laptop. I've got a faith. So let's see what happens. But anyway, I just think over time, I just want to kind of dispel some of the myths about faith, about God, about church, and just to kind of show that, it's not a religion. It's absolutely not a religion. This is about a relationship with your creator. And I kind of feel like, everyone probably has like a kind of God-shaped hole in them, and we all try and fill it with different things. I did for many, many years, try to fill it with boyfriends, alcohol, drugs, stuff. Like I have tried a lot of things, and I have come back to, and like I even knew about God before that, but I turned my back and I decided, nah, it's not for me. I know better, and ended up in really quite a mess. So, this is not religion, but it's also not. I think a big part of what the church hasn't done very well over the years is we've kind of come across as being this holier than thou. You have to be perfect, sort yourself out before you go to church. Like you have to be a certain way, present a certain front before you go there. it's completely wrong. Like, it's the opposite of that. It's like, come as you are and seek his face and he will help you in the midst of it. Like, we've got it wrong up to now, and that's why I love our church so much, because I think we've got that part right. It's like, come as you are. You don't have to be perfect. We're not perfect. It's like, we're all on a journey, and we're all in different parts of that journey. Some people are further on than others. Some are further back, some are just beginning or haven't even, don't really know, they haven't started yet, but that's okay. Like, just, you know, it's like, you should not be judged, and you should be accepted at church, whatever state you're in. Doesn't matter what you did the night before, the morning of, the whatever, it doesn't matter. The fact is that, our faith is based on a faith in Jesus. And if you actually look at his life, like it's in the Bible, lots of stuff about his life, when you actually study what he was about, he just loved people. And, God gave people free will. We are not robots. So the way it works, love is only love if it's a choice. So, God didn't want to make robots. He wanted people to love him with their free will. Hence why it's up to us, right? So, yeah, I think people need to know that Jesus started the church. We are following him. You are loved already, even though you maybe don't know it. You're loved already, and you're accepted. But God loves us so much that he doesn't want to leave us like the way we are. We're all in a process. I'm still a work in progress. Like, I look back and I think, yeah, I've come a long way, because I was in a bad place and I wasn't living the right way. But I've still got a long way to go. I'm far from perfect. Far from perfect. Ask my family. So yeah, just the very first thing I want to say is that I want to dispel that myth about you've got to be perfect before you go to church. You have to have it all figured out. Like, that's just not true. It's just not true. In Matthew 30, let me just check. I think it's Matthew 33. Jesus says, let me just have a look here. Jesus just accepted people as they were. But as I say, he didn't want them to stay that way, but he loved them and he accepted them as they were. And then he gave them a choice, always gave them a choice. Do you want to just continue on as you're going, or do you want to follow me? So, no, it wasn't Matthew. There's not a Matthew 33. Oops. I think it was Matthew 8:33. I think that's what I'm thinking. Right. Was it? No, it wasn't. I'll find it. But it's come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. I think that's it. I will tell you in a minute the Bible, where it's from in the Bible. Just give me a second. But I just think of Jesus as being, you see so many different sort of, he might have looked like this, or he may have lived like that. He may have worn this, looked like this. But I always just think of him as being, like if you think of like your best mate, the person that just gets you, the person that just totally gets you, like when you don't have to say anything, like you can just know each other's mind, you know what you're going to say before you say it, like you're on the same page with so many things. I feel like Jesus is like that person. So he gets you and he loves you, and he doesn't judge you, but if there's stuff that's hurting you, he will he will be honest about that too, because he loves us so much. He doesn't want us to stay the way that we start off, if you know what I mean. I'm still looking for this Bible verse. Let me see. Come to me, all who are weary. This is it. So it's sorry, right? So it's actually Matthew 11. And I'm going to read it out of this one. Yeah, I'm going to read it out of this my Bible here. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take up my yoke and learn from me, because I am lowly and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. That's the important bit, rest for your souls. So what I was saying about having a God-shaped hole in your heart, in your soul, I really believe that. And often people don't know what that is, that emptiness. You can have everything. You see it all every day with like sort of celebrities who, on the surface of it, you're like, wow, they've got three amazing houses. They've got like millions of cars. They've got perfect family. Can buy what they want, go where they want, and so often they're not happy. I mean, to me, that's just case in point. There has to be more. Why are they not happy? Because they've got that God-shaped hole and it hasn't been filled yet. So, he's saying you will find rest for your souls. I love that. I just love that. I just love his way of putting that. Yeah. So I'm kind of going off at a tangent, and I'm very good at going off on tangents. I'm kind of thinking a bit randomly, but anyway, this is my first blog. I don't know how it's going to go. People will hate it. Some people might hopefully like it. I hope it helps. Like, if I can answer any questions, please just ask if you want to ask about, well, anything, whatever it is, about the Bible, different versions, how you get your hands on one, like where's a good church. I don't know, just whatever. But this is a real thing. This is not put on. This is not religion. Take it from someone who has had knew when I was little, turned away, did my own thing for many, many, many years, hurt lots of people, hurt myself in the process, hurt God, and have come full circle. And I know, like I know that this is real, because it's an experience, and I can't. Yeah, there's also lots. This is not a blind faith. There's also, and I can speak about this another time, there are many, many, many sound, strong arguments for faith. Like if you start looking at apologetic stuff, scientific stuff, William Lane Craig, Ravi Zacharias, there is solid arguments for believing in God. And as they say, you almost have to have as much faith to not believe in God as you do to believe in him, even more faith to not believe in him. So this is not a blind faith, but for me, I'm not someone who has to have all the answers. Like my husband's much more, he loves all that apologetic stuff. He wants to explore it and understand it and discuss it. And I'm just like, I just know because I know, because I know, because I know in my heart, I don't have that God-shaped hole there now because it's filled. But, life is not perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm still on that journey. But I just know because I know, because I know. I can't say it any other way. Like it's part of my, like it's integral to my life. It can't be separated now. I've had many experiences, and I'm sure I will speak about them in days to come, but I've had many experiences of God being at work, like so powerfully, and many sad things happen. Jesus said himself, I don't know where this kind of perception of, right, this life should be perfect, and then you die, and then you go to heaven, whatever. Jesus said, in this world, you will have trials or you will have trouble. But take heart, because I've overcome the world. So to me, that is, yeah, bad stuff's going to happen. But if you've got Jesus with you, going through the journey with you, you can get through anything. Like, you can. We've had a terrible year. Okay, I won't go into this in detail. I'll speak about this another time. A year and a half ago, my father-in-law passed away. 6 months ago, my husband's best friend passed away. He was diagnosed with cancer. 3 months later, he was gone. And at this very moment, as I speak to you, my husband's up in Scotland seeing his mum, who's in a hospice, who may have weeks left, right? So don't think I'm sitting here like living in my perfect little bubble with my faith, because I'm not. So life can be difficult, but we have this hope as an anchor for the soul, firm and secure. I think that's in Hebrews. It's another brilliant verse that I love. We have this hope as an anchor for the soul, firm and secure. I'm pretty sure I will have written this down. Yeah, here it is. Look. Yeah. Hebrews 6, verse 19. One of my favourites, and I hold on to it. We have this hope as an anchor for the soul, firm and secure. So that's it. That's what I have. I have my soul is anchored with hope, with my faith in Jesus. Like the same for our family. That's it. So I will speak again about the trials, because I know suffering is a massive question. Like people question, why does God allow this stuff to happen? But this world is not perfect. It was, and then it wasn't. So this is not all there is. If this was all there is, it's rubbish. But it's not. This is, like C.S. Lewis said, this life is like the cover and the title page of a book. That's all it is. And then the story, which is once we die, the story gets better and better. Each chapter is better than the next, or something. He puts it. I'll read it another time. He puts it much more eloquently than me. So, I've probably said enough for now. But let me know if you've if this has encouraged you, if it's helped you, if I can help in any way. If you want to hear from me again, because maybe I'm just talking to myself. But yeah, just do let me know if I can just help with faith questions, whatever, any questions. But I just want to be real, and yeah, just let you know that this is what anchors my soul, and it can anchor your soul as well, because it's for everyone. It's a choice, right? It's free will. So that's me, 10th of Jan. I will speak to you again soon. Thanks. Bye. Have a good day.